Hey everyone, welcome back to the Female Farrier, and thanks for watching. In this video I'm trimming a horse that has had a few injuries in the past, which makes it difficult to trim her hind feet, so the footage is only going to be of the front feet being trimmed, but I thought they were worth including because I think they're pretty interesting. This cycle, this horse went a bit long between trims, and hooves got fairly overgrown, so I'm doing a full nipper run first to remove a lot of that excess hoof wall. Now I'm going to switch to my rasp and just knocking down all those sharp edges and making everything balanced and even before I move on. And this horse also has a little bit of a twist to its front feet and gets out of balance mediolaterally. So the whole time I'm trimming, I'm also being mindful of the collateral groove depth of each hoof to make sure I get them as level and even as possible. So sometimes if the heels look a little unbalanced, it's usually due to the fact that I'm trying to get those collateral groove depths even so that the coffin bone is sitting level with the ground, or as level as possible. So I trimmed up that frog because it was pretty overgrown too, addressed those bars. Now I'm bringing that toe back with a vertical nip, where I'm not removing more height from the hoof wall, I'm just collecting it and bringing it in. So since I did a secondary nip, I really need to smooth things out before I finish trimming this hoof on the bottom and move from the top side. Just making sure everything looks good and level, smoothing everything out, and making a few small adjustments to those bars before I bring the hoof forward. Now that I've got that hoof forward on the stand, I'm going to address any dishing and flaring that I see, but as you can tell, there aren't very many like rings or anything like that in this hoof wall. This horse overall has pretty healthy feet, gets good nutrition. We just need to get back to trimming on a consistent schedule, and those hooves will collect up nicely again. So just really finishing my bevel, smoothing everything out before I move on to the next hoof. Now I'm working on this horse's right front, and this is probably this horse's straightest hoof. Like I said, she's had some injuries over the years, and she has one kind of chronic injury in the right hind, so that will cause havoc all over the horse's body basically due to compensatory movement patterns. So like the other hoof, this one's pretty overgrown, partly my fault for getting off schedule with them. So I'm using my nippers a lot in this trim initially. Taking those bars down because like the other front, they're starting to lay over on the sole, and that can cause a lot of problems. It can even cause abscessing if there's too much pressure in that area. So cleaned up that frog too, removed any dead material that needed to come off. Now I'm going to smooth everything out and get it level with my rasp. Just making sure it's as balanced as possible mediolaterally. Now I'm going to do another vertical nip because as you can see that toe is still pretty far forward, and I like to bring the breakover back on this hoof as well, because otherwise the hoof capsule is going to end up stretching forward and that would be bad. So balancing once again, double checking all that, smoothing out any rough edges I created by doing that vertical nip, some of which I'll also do when I pull that hoof forward next. But want to make things smooth back by the heels, make sure those heels are level and those collateral groove depths are even. Cool. So now I'm finishing this hoof from the top, and this hoof from this angle looks so beautiful. So this horse really does have pretty decent feet, just deals with some underlying issues here and there. So I know it's a pretty short video, but I want to thank everybody for watching, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.